Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana, the Shrinking Shadow. Today I'm going to be making tofu from red lentils. I saw this online not too long ago and I thought I'd give it a shot. I've never done this before, so it's an experiment for me. But it looks really easy. All it is red lentils, some salt, and a few spices, and then you air fry it. And it looks really good. So what I did so far is just rinsed a bunch of red lentils. I'm not exactly sure how much, I just dumped in there and put them in the blender canister. And now I'm going to add hot water. It was just boiling in this pot, so I'm going to add that and then I'm going to blend it. So I will spare you the noise of the blender and be right back. This is also when you add in your salt. What I am using is Celtic sea salt. But if you don't do salt, then you don't have to add it in. I'm sure it'll be fine if you don't add the salt, because it's going to have other spices in as well. So we're going to give this a blend. So here's what it looks like after it's blended. It's not very thick, but the way I understand, it's supposed to thicken up while we cook it. So we're going to put this in a hot frying pan. I'm not going to use any oil or anything like that. The video that I've seen, they just cooked it in a hot frying pan and just kept stirring it and it thickened. So that's what we're gonna do. So here it is in the fry pan. I'm just giving it a stir every now and then because it is thickening up. You can see how it's thickening in different areas. So what we want is like a paste. And then after we get a paste, we're gonna put it in a dish and stick it in the refrigerator for a few hours, so it can kind of settle, and hopefully it comes out in a block the way it's supposed to. So we're just going to keep giving this a stir. I have it on a low heat, maybe low to medium. I don't think this is something you want to walk away from because I think it would easily burn. I couldn't get all of the mix in this pan, so I'm just going to do it in batches. But yeah, you can see how it's starting to cook up and get thick. So after this is thick, we'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we have. It did get very paste-like, and that's what we're looking for. So we're gonna just go stick this in a container and I will show you the next step. Okay, so I just went and pressed it into a glass container. I guess you can really use any container, but I had this one on hand. As you can see, I still have plenty in the pan and I still have some in the blender canister, so I can make more. What you really want to do is to make sure that it's almost like a kind of clumpy mashed potato consistency, and then you want to press it hard into the container. If you have to use your hand, then you use your hand, or a spoon worked perfectly fine for me. But yeah, I have done this with mashed potatoes already and made mashed potato French fries, and they're really good. So yeah, so we're gonna let this cool down because it is still quite hot, and after it cools down, I'm gonna pop it into the refrigerator for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours, and then we'll get it out and see what we have. Okay, I just pulled the tofu out of the refrigerator. It's been in there for about 3 hours. So it looks like it's nice and settled. So we're gonna pop this out and see if we can cut it up and then air fry it. Okay, so we're just going to take it out of this container Hopefully it pops right out. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Success. A little crummy on the sides here, but oh well. When I marinate tofu, like regular soy tofu, I like to cut it in chunks because it's nice to just make anything with it. I like to marinate tofu for salads. I like to air fry tofu. But this is something completely new for me. And it looks like it worked. Look at that. So, we're gonna continue cutting kind of bite-sized pieces. This is really great for people who can't have soy. It's almost feels like tofu. So I'm going to continue cutting this up and get the air fryer started to warm up, and I'll be right back. So I cut up about half of that block of tofu into little bite-sized pieces. And now the next step is to put some cornstarch over top of it. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't measure. I just figured this would be enough. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in, and this is what will make it crispy. And I'm just gonna toss that around, just get them well coated. Okay. This is about a teaspoon of garlic powder. It's stuck in there from sitting here. Okay. And this is about a teaspoon of onion powder. And about a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. It's such good flavor. And this is just a little bit of bouillon. It so happens to be the chicken flavor bouillon, but it is vegan. This is the vegan version of the chicken bouillon. Hope you guys can see that. But yeah, it's a really good flavor. So you can use vegetable too. You don't have to use that. Sometimes I find that hard to find because our stores don't always have it. So when I find it, I grab a few of those. So now that this is nice and coated, we're just gonna give this a little bit, and we're just gonna make sure that it's all coated with the spices. And now we're gonna dump it into an air fryer pan. I don't have an air fryer like a lot of people do. My air fryer takes one of these trays. My air fryer is in my oven, so I don't have one of those portable ones. I used to have one of those, but when we moved to this house, I donated it because I have one in the oven now. So I'm gonna be putting this on the air fryer pan. Spread this out because we want them to get crispy. It smells really good already with all those spices. So I have the air fryer set to 400. And I'm gonna put this in for maybe 10 minutes and see where it's at. And if we need more time, we'll stick it in for a few more minutes. We just want to kind of separate the pieces. Don't let them hug each other. They need to be apart so the air can get in there to make them nice and crispy. Let me know, guys, if you ever made something like this and how you made it. And if you do try this recipe, let me know in the comments. All right, that looks good. Okay, we will be back. Pop these in the oven and I'll be back in 10 minutes. So here we have our crispy lentil tofu. It turned out, guys, that 10 minutes was not near long enough. Anyway, for my oven, it took 25 minutes total. So it depends on how crispy you want. After 10 minutes, it was still a bit mushy. So I put it in for another 10 minutes and it still wasn't at the consistency that I would have liked it to be. So I stuck it in for another 5 minutes and that was perfect. And it's crispy. I've tried it, it's delicious. I don't know if I can get that on there. It is so good. And red lentils are very high in protein and very healthy for us. So this is great for anybody, but especially for people who can't do soy or don't really like tofu, give this a try. This is really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a lot more videos coming like this one. I also do alternate day fasting. If that is of interest to you, please follow my journey. Please give this video a like. It helps my channel grow and get my videos out to more people. Thanks, guys. Until next time.